Hello, and welcome to Dance Biker's Funny News. This is a show where I just basically have a look at any funny or interesting news or unusual news that catches my eye throughout the day. So I'll get straight in here with the first one. And what have we got? If I can get this to work correctly. There we go. Right. Okay. So I spotted this one, right? Potty training goes wrong. Firefighters free toddler who got her head stuck in a toilet seat. And I thought, really, really, but apparently yes. Firefighters were sent to rescue a 2-year-old Harper from her potty after she tried to wear it. Bless her. So she put her head in and got stuck. So an evening of potty training went badly wrong for a toddler, and she got her head stuck in a toilet seat. Kay Stewart, 37, had been trying to potty train her 2-year-old daughter Harper at their home in Wallsend, North Tyneside, so just up the road from where I live. Not well, I say up the road, a few miles away, but not too far away. And but the toddler decided to try and wear the seat around her neck and got into difficulty, crying, "Mammy, I'm stuck." Miss Stewart's efforts to get the seat off were unsuccessful, and in desperation, she asked her 16-year-old daughter Shannon to call firefighters for help. So Tyne and Wear Fire and Rescue Service dispatched a crew from Wallsend Community Fire Station, and they arrived within minutes. So they used small tools to remove the potty and amused Harper's siblings with the blue lights on their fire truck. Now, as not as much as this is a kind of nice and quite a heartwarming story, actually, I do kind of think that this is really kind of overkill of getting the fire brigade involved. I mean, I understand if she panicked. Maybe she didn't have anybody to help. But like, I look at this and I think, were there really no neighbors nearby? Was there nobody with a pair of like wire snippers, the metal wire snippers that are quite strong for clipping and stripping wires? I could have gotten through and broken that without harming the child. But well, I guess I'm a kind of practical guy, so I've got like various tools around and stuff. And I guess maybe she just didn't know anybody, or maybe none of her neighbors were any use or help or friends. But I'd like to think that I could have got this kid out of this without needing to involve the fire brigade. But I suppose it's a heartwarming story that the fire brigade, bless them, have to deal with such horrendous things and the aftermath of such horrendous things that they probably enjoy, coming out to something like this, which is a much more, a much nicer thing to deal with than some of the things that they have to deal with. So I thought that was a bit of an unusual story, and at least it was fairly light-hearted. So move on to the next one. This I just find funny. I don't know how you pronounce this. I'll probably get it wrong. Like it might be Pierre or Pierre Mondrian. Artwork in New York City has been hung upside down for 75 years. I just love this because I mean, if you look at it, it's just kind of abstract art. It's just there's various different lines and stuff. And it was only apparently that when a photograph was discovered. So the picture was made in 1941 and first put on display in the Museum of Modern Art in New York in 1945. And since 1980, it's been hung in. I'll probably pronounce this wrong. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm not going to try and pronounce that because it'll sound like a swear word. But a place in Dusseldorf, Germany. Right. Okay. But then what is it? Yeah. So a few days after his death in 1944, a picture. Let me see. There'd been a picture had been discovered here of Mondrian's studio, taken a few days after his death in 1944, and the picture could be seen on the easel in a different orientation. So the denser strips on the upper edge. So basically, this old photograph has been discovered, and then they realize, oh no, we've been displaying this like upside down for like 75 years, but. Which is hilarious. I mean, I can't blame them. I mean, look at it. It's just basically strips of what look like electrical tape, on a canvas type of thing. But what's funny about it is I think they're going to keep it that way because it's obviously so fragile now with it being old. I forget where it said in the story, but they basically said that because they risk damaging it if they move it, they're just going to leave it how it is. They'll just have to have it the wrong way up. But I think that's a great little story. But yeah, you wouldn't know, would you? How? I mean, 75 years. I guess nobody raised the point. Nobody knew, unless you specifically were friends with the artist and had seen it in his studio on the easel, you wouldn't, and even then you might not realize because it's to take a glance at it, you might you might not have realized to say anything. So yeah, apparently it's been upside down for many a year, which is quite funny. Now, this one, I've not read the story, but I saw the headline, right? And I instantly thought, right, it said, woman finds two pythons mating behind a microwave. And I just thought, this has got to be Australia, surely. Just, I instantly thought, right, a story involving, dangerous animals getting in the house, doing naughty things behind a microwave. This has got to be Australia. So I scroll down. A reptile wrangler was summoned to an Australian home. And that's where I stopped. I thought that's all I need to know. Yeah, I mean, I've got some cousins that live in Australia, and man, I see some photos sometimes of things of like the spiders and the snakes and stuff, and just all the things that can like hurt or kill you. Just they randomly just I forget what it was, where it was. I don't know if it was Twitter or Facebook, but I saw somebody once when they were going to go to their car. You pull the handle to open the door. They always check underneath because there was some kind of, I can't remember if it was a spider or a snake or something was under there, and it's like, ooh, yeah, I wouldn't I wouldn't like to have to deal with that on a daily basis. So yeah, Australia. I'm sure it's a lovely place, but man, some of the wildlife really is very wild. Um, let's see, what was the next one? Again, I haven't read this. I just saw the headline. Bear wanders into California cafe and steals cookies. I've seen a couple of things like this. Oh, is there a video? Let's make sure it's muted. There he is. There's a little fella. That's great. Well, the thing is that they kind of look cuddly, but yeah, bears are just so deadly. If the power in them, if they swipe you and hit you, they can just break your neck and stuff. And yeah, yeah. I think I'd read. I don't know if it was true, but I think I'd read that this was years and years and years ago, like in the early 1900s or something. They were trying to pitch fights between bears and lions. They were like, let's see which one would win. And apparently the bear wins just every time. I don't know how much truth there is in this. It's something I read because the bear can just swipe and just basically batter the lion and sort of break its neck kind of thing. So yeah, as cute as they look walking around stores, I saw one the other day as well with a bear walked into some kind of convenience store, seemed to pick up something in its mouth and just walk off. If I was a store owner, I'd be like, "Yep, fair enough, you can have it, mate. Yeah, I'll take the loss on $5 worth of produce, whatever it is. I ain't messing with no bear." Anyway, I hope the bear's okay. I hope all the people are okay. But I just saw the headline. If you ever see a bear in a shop, give it some space, get away from it. That would be what I would say. And this one was quite funny. Mum in Stitches, a shop mistakenly gives her a crude name in loyalty card. Blunder. So what happened is a woman, she was, where is it there now? She went to a shop and they said, I'll just read it actually. A woman was left in stitches when she noticed a mistake on her loyalty card after the member of staff misheard her name. Kate Hall had been shopping at Lakeland in the Welsh name that I can't pronounce in Wales after taking her daughter Poppy for an eye appointment nearby. When Kate got to the till, the assistant asked her if she wanted to join the loyalty scheme and would give her name for the loyalty card, which she accepted. So Kate said her name and left the store with her 3 kids and thought nothing of it, only to find the glaring mistake when the card arrived in the post 2 weeks later. So I'll cut to the chase. Miss A. Hole. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that on this. Actually, I wonder if I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? I'm trying to do some stuff. Oh yeah, well they've made it bigger there anyway. So that was quite funny. I don't know how they got that from. What was her name? Kate something. She said she thought it was just a mix-up to do with. Oh man, I'm boomering this zooming thing. They just thought it was a mix-up between their accents and stuff. But she's obviously seen the funny side of it. I would too. I would just find that hilarious. Sorry, that's not. I'm not even touching that anymore, and it's changing size. All this. Whoa. I think there must be a bit of a delay. I'm not doing that. Okay, I just had to do a bit of an edit there because the screen went completely crazy. But the next one was this: massive silver orbs break free to terrorize streets of London, and it says they look like giant Christmas ornaments, but they're something else entirely. So apparently, it was this sort of art installation. There was these big silver ball things, but they got loose. I think it was in the high winds. So about 3 or 4 days ago, there was down south. There was quite high winds. So here it goes, and they broke free. Oof, Oof. So that's weird. It just looks like a bit of a balloon inside, covered in foil, doesn't it? So they look pretty lightweight. Thankfully, they don't look like they would actually do much damage. I mean, it would freak you out if you saw it coming towards you, particularly if it hadn't had the silver stuff come off. So it just looked like a giant metal ball flying at you. That would freak you out. Yeah, they seem pretty lightweight though. It's almost like somebody's having a giant game of pinball in the middle of London. But yeah, I saw that and I just thought that was a little bit unusual, and that caught my eye. So that's it. Again, just another quick one. I'm just going to sort of keep an eye out over the next few days for just unusual stories. I don't know how often I'll do these, maybe once every few days. But if you see any sort of funny or unusual stories, you let me know, put it in the comments, so I can go and find them. Or if you've got any comments about my videos at all, just pop or questions for me. I always open things up to an Ask Me Anything. So if you pop a comment or a question in the comments, I will try and address those on the next video. But that's it for now. So you all have a great night or a great morning, whenever you're watching this. Just have a great day, and I will see you later. Bye.